what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me and Katie. Today we're just chilling. Hey, hey, what's up, OG? How you doing? Uh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That was pre-recorded. That was from like a month or two ago that we went live on Facebook. She wanted to tell her story, and I was sharing it with you guys. What's up? What's up, Star Wars Dad? How you doing? You need to check out last night's live. I forgot to call you, and this way you could see what we were talking about. But today it's just me and Katie. And if you guys want to come up and just chill and hang out, hi Stormy, how you doing, baby? If you just want to hang out, yeah, there's Katie. Just chill. We're trying to take a break from the fucking drama. We know how hard that can be, but fuck all that shit. Um, right now I'm in the middle of editing a bunch of videos because of the drama. I had to private uh freaking 2 pages of videos so that I don't get struck again. Yeah, I know. Let me show these comments. If you guys don't know Intellectual Soapbox, make sure that you check out his channel, subscribe to him. He's got a lot of good stuff up there. I hang out over at his channel and that community a lot. I've been very happy over there. He can tell you, I just it calms me down to hang out with him in the crowd, with him and Smitty and all them. So yeah, but Katie, make sure you say something. Don't let me
reading what they're saying.
Oh, you're right. Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you hear Katie say "kick him," yeah. So if you get stupid,
fucking kick him.
Yeah, Katie's gonna say "fucking kick him."
Kick him.
If you have mods, do not be afraid to use your mods. If they pick on you, listen, mods. If they pick on you, you can kick them. Just give them the 86K second one, the 24-hour one. If they pick on you, I don't care what they say about me. I really don't. But Katie does.
Yes, that's right.
And Katie's gonna tell me to kick people if they talk about me.
Damn right.
I hope you got some more subs from last night's stream, my brother. I really do. Cesar, how you doing? Yeah, but I appreciate everybody's support last night. No drama.
No drama.
But Intellectual Soapbox, we still gonna do that video on toxic people and shit like that. I still plan on doing that, and I would love for you to be involved. And because man, we know quite a few people. We know quite a few people that fit that bill. I think you and I both know a few people that fit that bill. But if anyone wants to come up here and join, you're more than welcome to. Say hello to my wife. But yeah, we're just chilling, man. We're just chilling. We're going to talk about random shit. I tell you what, me and Katie lately have been watching this show called Fubar that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we've been like, I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes or something like that, and then we stop. You know, because I like to. I'm trying not to binge watch every fucking damn thing. Yeah, right. Unfortunately, more than a few. Yeah, that's right. We know more than a few. But I tell you what. Over at Intellectual Soapbox community, I mean, he knows a lot of people, and I've been introduced to a lot of people. There are some strong, let me explain to you, there are some strong, independent, intellectual black women over there, women of color. of all persuasions. And let me tell you, these women are strong, and I love hanging out over there. It's not about tea. It's not about drama. It's about self help. There's a lot of guys over there that are there to help other guys to for mental health. Because to tell you the truth, um, mental health for men really not high on the priority list, and it needs to be. It really does. There's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that are just suffering. That's how come I always say,
That's,
huh?
that's interesting coming from you because you think that men should cry in private.
What? Yeah,
Okay?
you see,
That's
yeah.
like, dude.
But
Men need to cry in private. That's what you fucking think.
what? See, my wife is calling me on my bullshit. You see what I mean? She's calling me
my
on.
God.
She's calling me on my bullshit. I'm old school. I really am. I'm old school. Rub some fucking dirt on it and get over it. That's the era. That's the era I was brought up in. And it's hard to share. It really is. It's hard to share. I share with my wife all the time, but sometimes it's like she needs a crowbar to get it out of me. Is that the correct assessment? I'm gonna be 60 this year. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm one of the older Gen Xers, like just barely, a pubic hair under what do you call it? Uh, what was before Gen X? What's that group called?
Boomer?
Yeah, boomers. Yeah. I'm just a cunt hair away from boomer, but I am officially in the Gen Xers. So, and yeah, but it's hard. It's really hard to open up. Um, it's boomers and then Gen Xers.
Okay.
But yeah, and they're because of the intellectual soapbox. I have been finding these groups where the guys get together and we talk. We talk about a lot of stuff, especially men's mental health. And the women that I've met there, now I don't agree with all of them, but damn, I've introduced Elizabeth to a few of them that I really feel are good examples to learn from. Um, and the strength of these women and the fact that they put out so much work and they put forth so much effort, and it's not just for their own betterment, it's for the betterment of society. And that's stuff I like to get into. And I want to thank Intellectual Soapbox for introducing me to a lot of them people. I got introduced to Soapbox by Smitty. And Smitty, if you're watching or you see this later on, I appreciate you introducing me to everybody. And OG here, I call him OG. He's introduced me to a lot of people, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Bulbasac, no drama. Katie is in control. If she sees something she doesn't like on the chat, she's gonna have it taken down. And no one pick on Stormy, please. Stormy's great. Stormy's great. Even when she's drunk, Stormy is entertaining as hell. So, we got Star Wars Dad's coming up. What's up? What's up, John? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Enjoying my 4-day weekend.
Yeah. Me and Katie are gonna cook a brisket and some mac and cheese for the party tomorrow. Huh? Oh yeah, and she's gonna make some candy bacon.
Oh, that actually sounds good. Is
Oh,
she
dude,
gonna?
that candy bacon is good.
How does she do it? Is it brown sugar,
Yeah, it's brown sugar.
bacon?
We put yeah, it's really easy. She puts bacon on a rack, right?
Yeah.
And then she puts a shit ton of brown sugar on the bacon and sticks it in the oven until all that brown sugar is melted. and sticky, and then it crystallizes. Oh, dude, that shit is the bomb diggity, man. It's
Dude,
serious.
that just sounds great, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it really does. Um, yeah, unfortunately, I think, in about a month or so, I'm gonna have to start watching my cholesterol a little bit. It's just we're getting older. You know what I'm saying? We're not spring chickens anymore.
Ain't that the truth? What's up, Carlos Mendoza, drunk Irishman in the house? How you doing, my brother? Yeah, happy 4th of July weekend to everyone. Hope everyone has a really, really good time. And Stormy, you're allowed to get drunk and join the panel. Trust me, if you get out of hand, I will be very honest with you. I will be, but let me tell you this. There's no one more wilder than this motherfucker that's on the panel right now when he gets drunk. He is a prankster and a half. He's the bane of my existence on a cruise for damn sure.
But do we not have fun?
We
That's
do have fun. We do have fun.
I mean, but I would never do anything to harm anyone. So,
Exactly. But
I
I'm
mean,
glad that Katie found the upside down pineapple before I missed it.
oh,
Because
dude,
I really feel I don't even know how you got it there before we got to the room.
man, I wish y'all hadn't found it. I could have seen at like 3 o'clock in the morning, y'all are sound asleep, right? And someone banging on your door, and you open the door and there's a couple there in lingerie, looking at you like, we're ready to play.
Oh my
I would
god.
be so fucking mad.
Oh I do not like being disturbed. No, I don't have a barbecue pit. What we do, and this is what we've been doing for the past few years, is that we go to our neighbor Kim's house, which is basically across the street, / Katie's best friend, one of my best friends, and we always shoot off fireworks over there, and we cook over. I mean, we cook our stuff here, and then we bring it over there. We used to go there when we lived in Albuquerque, and we would bring the stuff to our house down here in Los Lunas. Now that we live across the street, it's a whole lot easier and less of a commute. But it is fun to hang out with Kim. Kim is, if you look at all my 4th of July celebrations, you'll see I'm hanging out with the same people every 4th of July, and that's Kim. You guys met her. She's been here a few times. And she's the beautiful blonde that hangs out here that has that raspy voice. Yeah, that's her. But yeah, she's the one with the barbecue pit. And we just cook our shit here and bring it over there, and she might put it on the grill to get some char on it. But man, I wish you would come. I wish you'd be out here, man, John, for some of this cookout, man.
Well, this is my second most favorite holiday out of the year. Of course, Christmas is my first, and then the 4th of July is my second most favorite. Dude,
Ours is Halloween. Our most favorite holiday is Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we go all out.
well, look where I'm at, man. There is so much to do, for this holiday, right? I mean, plus something I will say, anyone that's actually watching, guys, go out of your way this weekend. Go thank your veterans. Just make sure to thank them, and I can guarantee you they'll appreciate it because, people have been through some shit, and just make sure to thank the people that actually served.
Did you just say people been through shit? Hold on a second.
All right, Jed, I'm going to come over there one day when you're sleeping, man.
You know what? No.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Yeah, wait till you go to sleep again one night, back into the fan, just like last time.
Oh no, dude, that's not even right, man. That wasn't right, dude. Let me tell you. This is what happened. We got
Emotional damage.
because of John. We got emotional damage because of John. No lie, man. When we went and we spent the night at his house. When we went down to Florida, we spent the night at his house. And the night that we spent in his house, we were in the what was that? That's the living room, or was that the
No,
den?
my den. That was
Yeah,
my den.
me and Katie were sleeping in the den, and we had a fan that was facing me and Katie. And this motherfucker, man, he farts right behind the fan and then walks away. So he did a fucking drive-by on us. And this guy, he has the worst gas anyone could have. Hey, Angie, how you doing, baby? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for last night's support. I'm here hanging out with my wife.
Hello.
And yeah, this is me and Katie just hanging out and chatting with you guys. If you guys want to come up, you're more than welcome.
Hotel room when he farted and they shut the door on us.
Oh, dude.
What Katie say?
No, Katie was talking about the motel room when you
When he farted and shut the door.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't funny. That was torturous.
Dude, that was so funny because I cracked the door. I'm like, good night, guys. Right. And then stuck my butt right in the crack of the door, let it loose, and then just shut the door.
And this is what we had to see. And we're friends. Why again? Would you care to remind me? Dude, no, and let me tell you how bad it's bad. He cleared the ship out. This guy can clear the entire deck level of a ship. No lie. That's how bad. Don't get stuck in an elevator with him. Holy fuck. Holy. Yeah. I got a lot of exercise on the ship because I did not get in the elevator with this motherfucker.
Well, next one that we do, you're going to have to bring a little bit of extra cash, and you're going to have to come over, and I'm going to have to teach you how to play roulette.
Well, I don't know about having money for gambling because I'm gonna do the drink package next time. Yes, I am gonna be drinking. Ask Katie. I'm a pretty fun drunk. The only time that I'm not fun is that if there's drama around. But I trust there's not gonna be any because the last time we had a lot of fun, there was no drama. I mean, we all just had a blast. So I feel safe enough to drink around you guys. So.
Oh yeah. That's, speaking of that, because Harkin, when he was on the ship, just like the cruise that I had taken with him before we did this one, Brian, says, hey, I don't want to drink at all. And I'm like, dude, that is cool. You do you. If you do not want to drink at all, I am not even going to ask you to remotely have a beer, a shot, anything, right?
Mm.
But what Brian wanted to do was, our tradition. Every time we get on the ship, everyone gets a shot of tequila. We do that shot of tequila, and that's all he wants. And I'm like, dude, that's cool. I'm like, no one is going to ask you to do anything that you don't want to do.
You know, when we go next time, you have to do the mind blitz with me, man. You didn't do the mind blitz with nobody did the mind blitz with me. I was the only one to do the mind blitz last time.
Well, see, I showed up to the bar later because, like I said, y'all said y'all were going to a restaurant. You didn't tell me y'all were going to the bar, right? So
let me answer Hollywood Street question. He says Canelo or Bud. I am not going to pick until day of a weigh-in because I have a great respect for both fighters. Both of them are excellent boxers, but I I regard Canelo more because Canelo puts more work in. Bud only fights once every 14 to 16 months, and Canelo puts in work. He'll fight 2 or 3 times a year. So I have a little more respect for Canelo, but both are extremely talented boxers. So that's a hard one to call. So I'm going to make my judgment on weigh-in. Last night's stream wasn't crazy. That was pre-recorded. I was letting you guys know. Elizabeth's side of everything and what that poor girl has gone through, and why I didn't want people picking on her or mentioning her and making jokes about me and her, because she doesn't need that. What's up, Outlaw Boxing? How you doing, Jed? How's things over there in Australia? Let's see. I threw the link out there if you want to come up and just chat. This is just a casual day before 4th of July, just chilling. And EJ, I fear you might fall down while intoxicated. You have trouble walking to begin with. Well, that's how come I've been doing the workout that I've been doing with the weighted vest and stuff. Sometimes I walk around with 90 to 95 pounds extra on me.
Well, I can say this much too. If it's on the cruise, you really wouldn't have to worry about it because, I mean, yeah, the ship is big, but something I don't worry about is like drinking while I'm on the ship, because I know you guys would grab me and take me to my room, right? Same way with you. If you're having issues, we would put you, on our shoulders and take you to your room. So that's not something, that I'm worried about or you should be worried about, because everyone takes care of each other while we're on there.
Yeah, and not to mention, one thing I did notice about the ship, there were handrails everywhere. No lie, handrails everywhere. Even though I had my cane, because I walked when I went on the ship on vacation last time, I had my cane and I was able to move about. I started doing so much walking that I didn't need the cane after a while, so I started getting used to the walking. But there's handrails everywhere. So there's always something for me to grab my fat ass to grab onto. Although I do not think I plan on getting stuck inside a slide again, though.
Well, the ship we're going on next, dude, they've got what I call thrill slides. They're like 10 stories high. They go from the top hull deck all the way down to almost the bottom of the ship.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, RGM? How you doing? My vice presidential running mate here. We are of the Chancla party. What's up, RGM? How you doing, my brother?
Here, I'll get it right now.
No, don't get the Chancla right now. You don't. Just because RGM shows up does not mean you have to pull out the Chancla. So put it away. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Thank you very much. Fucking RGM always trying to get me in trouble.
But see, for anyone there listening, for me to get, Katie and Jed on a cruise, all I got to do is whisper in Katie's ear, chocolate molten cake. And she's like, okay, we're going.
Shit. See, right now you just gave her a flashback. You just gave her what was that, a chocolate gasm, because she loved that chocolate molten cake. God damn that! And I don't like chocolate, and that chocolate was good. That fucking cake was the bomb.
That's a good cruise for me. It's destinations are good, right? But for me, it's all about, number one, the food, right? The food's got to be, on point. I will not get on a ship that has what I call bad food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two, the activities and the drinks, right? I've got to, be able to drink freely, have a good time, and there's got to be a lot to do on the ship. And the third, of course, would be the destinations. I mean,
Right.
but because you're on the ship more than anything else. So you got to be able to have much more fun on the ship than the actual locations that you're going, which don't get me wrong. I'll have fun with any location that we go to, except for like, the last one that we did, I did not get off the ship, at their private island because, I live on a beach. I do not want to just go, off the ship and see another damn beach. I live on a beach,
Caesar, I didn't get stuck on the slide. What happened was this fucking asshole right here, John, he was recording, right? And everyone else that went down the slide before me was zipping right through there. And then he had to make a point of talking about how slow my fat ass was going through that slide. And no, I didn't get stuck, but it definitely slowed down at a couple of points. And of course, people exaggerate that. And this fucker definitely said I got stuck. So, but yeah, the next cruise we go on, it's open for whoever wants to come. Y'all are more than welcome to come. Everybody's responsible for their own rooms and way to get there and shit like that. But the more the merrier. It's not a freak fest. I know that there's been rumors about it being a freak fest. No, it wasn't. It never was supposed to be a freak fest, and it wasn't. It didn't turn out to be a freak fest. It was just a bunch of fellas and my wife having a lot of fun.
We haven't planned nothing. It's
Let's
just
talk about the
it's
Prozzy.
nothing.
Oh shit!
It's just
Do we have to talk about that? Yeah,
Let's talk about the Prozzy you danced with.
the Prozzy I danced with. Okay. If you guys don't know the story, I'm gonna tell you the story now. There was this bar on the ship that focused on 80s music and hip hop and stuff like that. And I was hanging out there. John wasn't there yet. It was me and LT and Katie. And me and Katie had done a bunch of dancing, and Katie's foot wasn't feeling good. So she sat down and I asked her, is it okay if I danced with somebody else? So I have no problem talking to anybody. It doesn't matter. And I'll talk to any woman at any time. So I saw this female and I asked her if we could dance. And then I noticed that she was with a dude. Now, what I didn't notice is that the dude had a bunch of gold chains on, gold bracelets, gold grill, you know what he was. And so I asked him, hey, do you mind? I said very, very politely, do you mind if I dance with your wife? Or just dance and nothing else. And he said, oh, sure. No, go ahead, brother. Go and dance with. I think he was kind of shocked that I said your wife. And I went out there and she was wearing this really tight yellow dress, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, this really tight yellow dress. And this woman was voluptuous, to say the least. And I got out there and I started dancing with her. And I'm not shy. Never have been, never will be. And I got some Puerto Rican moves, and I'm dancing. And girl, how did you want to describe it?
I looked back at just the right time because I see her grinding against him, grinding her ass against him.
Look, man, she backed her junk up so hard and tight up against me that my shit was between her cheeks. No lie. No lie, man. She was grinding, and it was like, oh, and I had to back away. And I looked at my wife, and the look was not. That was a chancla look. That's all I gotta say. It was a chancla look, and yeah. I kind of tried to like back away from her, and I was dancing, and I made sure there was distance between her. And she did this move, right? And she was like trying to tell me to come to her, and I was like, no, 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 no. And she was like, yes, 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 yes. And I was like, I'm done dancing now. And my
Yeah,
the look on LT's face, dude.
yeah, y'all enjoyed the nightclub there. That was not my thing. While y'all were in there, of course, I was. If you needed to find me, I was at the roulette table. You know what I'm saying? Either the roulette table or the bar right next to the casino. I mean, nightclubs are definitely not my thing.
Dude, I feel at home at nightclubs. That's what I was used to growing up. So, I used to be bouncers. I was a bouncer for years, and yeah, nightclubs is my thing. But yeah, the look, Jed, a kinky old fucking. You know what, Bruce? I bet you're a kinky old fuck too. So shut up, man. How would you feel if Katie was backing up her doo-doo maker to another dude? I told Katie she could dance, but I didn't expect it. That's the thing. She just said, look, let's call it what it was. First of all, dude was a pimp, and that was his employee. And I didn't fucking realize it. I was just trying to be gentleman-like and ask the dude if it's okay to dance with the person that was with him. And I didn't even think about what the ramifications were. Oh shit, is this my brother Brian?
It is. How you doing, Jed? How you doing, John?
Hey, what's up?
Holy shit!
Hey, Dan Kitty.
I am so glad to hear from you, buddy.
Hey, what's the cracks?
Good to hear you, Brian. We're just talking about the incident at the nightclub.
I seen it. Her in her tight yellow dress. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was watching a porno for a second. I was like, whoa.
Regular militant, dude. The look she gave me, the look that LT gave me was worse than the look that Katie gave me. LT like looked at me like, dude, you're dead, right? And like he was gonna help Katie kill me. So
Yeah. Hey, tell you the truth, right? I done zero. When I was freaking, this time around, like when I went to nightclubs or anything, I done zero, man. I fucked up legs and back last time around, so
right.
I was like, no, I'm not, because the first cruise, right? Bunch of women, I fucking danced all night, but
Yeah.
this one, I was like, no, I'm not, I'm getting old. That's how I fucking felt, So
We're all getting old, and it just sucks when you realize it.
yeah. So yeah, I'm on. But what's the cracks for you guys, anyway?
Say again?
What's the cracks for you guys? That's Irish for how the fuck are you?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool, yeah,
shit.
all right. Okay. Now, all right. Now, no, we're good. We're good.
Right.
Just had to straighten out some misinformation that was put out there. Straightened it out, and
What misinformation?
well, you know the type.
Okay. Yeah.
That type. Anyway, I had to straighten that out, and I
Hey.
did.
For anyone who said I cock blocked LT the second time round, right? All right, I'm gonna. All right, I was right. I was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was laying in the room. I wasn't sleeping. I was laying in the room. Right. I went back earlier from the nightclub. Right. Than he did. Right. So I was laying in the room, and he walks in with a woman. Right. And I don't know what she thought, but I left the freaking room. And what happened after that? There, I didn't cock block him. I left the fucking room. So, and I went somewhere else to stay the night. So,
Well, see, this is what I heard, and I don't know how true this is, right? Was he brought her back to the room, right? And
sure.
he opened the door and she saw you in the room, right?
Yeah.
And then she looked over and she saw the upside down pineapple on the door, right? And then she looked back in the room and started freaking out, like, what kind of shit are y'all into, right?
Well, let me tell you something. I wasn't into any of that type of shit, but right? No, but I left the fucking room. What happened after that, right, is between him and his woman, because I left. I left as soon as possible. So I did. So I didn't fucking cock block anybody. Right?
I don't know, dude. It's not what I heard.
Talk about misinformation. Come on. Hey, seriously. But like, I was just laying in my bed, listening to music, and he walks in with a woman, and I got up and left. So I did.
One thing I am going to say, LT, dude, that dude was on the hunt the whole cruise.
Yeah, he was.
Every time I seen LT on the ship, LT was talking to one chick or another. That dude, there's no shame in his game. He's gonna score one way or another, and that motherfucker was talking. I think he literally talked to hundreds of women.
Yeah,
no lie.
Eric, let me tell you something. Right, me in my 20s, I was like LT. I've calmed down a lot. So
yeah, he was on hunt for women, and I was on a hunt for a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all saw me that night of the costume contest. I was thrashed.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, dude, you were fucking 3 sheets to the wind, man. You were 3 sheets to the wind for Halloween. And when I saw you up in the night that you had a good night at the casino, you were fucking shit faced then too.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, but I look at it like this. I hardly, when I'm home, I might have a beer here or a mixed drink there or something, but I really don't drink at all, right? It's just when I get on vacation, man, you're able to let go for a little while, have fun, but be safe about it,
But you know it's true, because when I was at the house with him, he didn't even have a beer.
Yeah.
He didn't even drink a beer or nothing that.
Yeah, the night I stayed over to you were sober as well, so
Yeah.
I believe that about John, and he says he doesn't drink when he's at home, or he might have the odd one, or but he not,
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy drinking on vacation. If we go out to dinner or something, I might have a mixed drink, or if we're having pizza, I might have a beer or something. But you'll never see me just drinking, while we're here at home. I mean, even like the 4th of July festivities and everything, I'll be sitting there drinking a Coke or a Pepsi or something,
What's up, Rocky? How you doing, brother? Salute to you. But like Brian got to see, right, when we first went to the bar, when you were at the hotel room, John. I try to get everybody to take the Mind Blitz, but then Brian said that he wasn't drinking, so I didn't want to push him. And was not going to do the Mind Blitz. But But Harkin got a chance to see me do the mind blitz, right? You
Yeah.
saw me do the mind blitz, right?
I think that here's the thing, Jed, right? I knew if I would have had a drink, I wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
So I was
And if
like,
you
no,
guys-
I'm not.
If
And
you
I'm
guys
very
don't know what a mind blitz is, and this is why he said he wouldn't stop. A mind blitz is you get a Jaeger bomber, right?
Yeah.
A Jaeger bomber, then a shot of tequila, or a shot of whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's a shot of tequila, and then you got to follow it up with a 20-ounce beer,
Yeah.
or a mug of beer or something like that, and that all has to be taken down. You have to drink all that down within 60 seconds. That's a mind.
I used to go through Boilermakers like there were no tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
Brian saw me, man. It was like,
oh no,
Yeah,
he did it die.
Dude, y'all were hating me the next day though, because 8:30 in the morning, I'm kicking everyone in their ass. Get up, get up, get up.
yeah,
You know?
he was.
I didn't sleep at all. You know, so I was like, I was off the freaking plane. I was exhausted, right? And when we got on the freaking boat, right? I should have just stayed in my room for an hour or two and fell asleep. That's what I should have freaking done. Instead, I went around the whole freaking ship. And let me tell you something, right? For 2 days after that, I got zero sleep. And every time I fell asleep, LT walked in.
Well, at least this one you didn't sleep on the deck every night.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't find those freaking chairs.
What's up? Who's speaking? Who's there?
I come in
Escape the Matrix.
peace. I come in peace.
Oh, geez, Slugger Sam, this no trolling.
Sammy?
You can hang out. You can hang out. No trolling.
How you doing, Sammy?
What's going on, Brian Hark, and what's going on, Electro Jed?
All good, man. All good.
What's going on, Sam? What you got going on?
No, I watched your live, and it sucks that you have to go through that, bro. I don't know what kind of stream you're doing right now. I don't know if you're not talking about your previous. By the way, you could get rid of the banner, bro. This ain't pitching. Get rid of the damn.
Yeah, I even forgot I had it up there. Give me a second.
This ain't pigeon, bro. This ain't no. But yeah, I saw your live earlier, and I had I don't know how much you're willing for me to go in on this, but yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about now. When I was trying to tell you a long time ago, Jed, that lady's nuts, but you didn't listen to me, and your other friends didn't listen to me. But now you're getting it, and I don't agree with what she did to you. But I'm not surprised, because I tried warning you, and I tried warning everybody, but nobody wanted to listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I don't think you should have got called those words, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Today we're just keeping it lighthearted. No, I wasn't talking about. I just wanted people.
Oh.
I just wanted people to understand her side of what's gone on and why I was so upset. That's because she didn't need to hear the shit she heard, And I am guilty as well for exposing her to this crowd the way it happened. But if I knew she was behind me, I wouldn't know. I would have not exposed her to that. But for her to hear that vile shit that was said, not only by certain people, but by certain other people, it was wrong. And people relived that trauma. But I just wanted people to understand, not just one person has trauma. This site doesn't have just one person that had trauma happen to them, and people like to feel that way, or they feel like they're the only ones that had trauma. But No, this is lighthearted, and we're keeping it lighthearted. We're talking about the cruise. We're just talking shit, what people are doing for 4th of July, random stuff. No, we're not necessarily talking about last night. I appreciate what you got to say, but I really don't.
No,
want
I didn't mean to bring up drama. I'm only talking about it because when you went live. When you went live, I would have been sleeping, right? Because when I woke up, okay, go ahead, guys. When I woke up, it had showed me that you went live about 8 hours ago. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I caught a little bit of it. I couldn't catch the whole thing, but the thing is, Jed, no matter how much I've gone into it with you, I don't think you can appreciate that I am an empathetic individual. And sympathetic. So I saw that your family got involved. My family's never got involved on here. So, to me, I can only imagine how frustrating that is. But somehow she involved, your daughter. And again, like I said, I can't imagine that being cool. And for me, I think as you've known, Jed, there's a reason why I don't show people a whole lot. Right? It's because you'll have some crazy people like that lady, that fucking nut job lady, that will do what she did to you. And it just, I hate seeing that happen to any of you, whether it's you or even Matt Chad, no matter how much that guy, he's, I don't want to get into it about him. He's another individual. But yeah, man, yeah, I just wanted to kind of tell you some people got your back. No matter how much you don't fucking listen when they try warning you about her, still got your back, bruh.
I understand where you're coming from. I appreciate what you're saying. And yes, you did tell me that. And yes, other people told me the same thing. My thing is, I judge people on an individual basis. And that one was bad judgment. I openly admit that. That one was bad judgment. My wife, she's right here. How many times did you warn me about her? And I was just like, oh, but she's been through trauma. I always try to be sympathetic. Yeah, Katie's giving me the chancla eye right now. RGM.
We should chant it together, chancla.
But that's the thing about trauma. You got to remember, right? Is certain individuals like her are going to use it as a weapon. They're not actually. See, they're not serious. Like, to me, I think the best people are people who acknowledge their drama and say, well, how can I warn the entire world to not go through what I went through? That's what good people would do. She's not doing that. She's using it as a weapon, and she wants to be the main character in all of our fucking lives. Yeah, and that's not how it works,
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. That's what exactly. But let's do something. All right, let's do something. Because I do not want to make this stream about her. Let's cut it there. You ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm not mad, Slugger. Don't take it the wrong way. All right, but I don't want to make this stream about her. Because
I respect that. It's all good. Say no more. Yeah, I just came in real quick anyways because I got to give me a quick coffee. But yeah, I just came to tell you, bro, that I appreciate you making that live because I got your back and you're a strong individual because your family got involved and you're not losing your shit. I don't know what I would do, bro. Some lady starts talking about my daughter. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what the hell would go through my head because I don't have kids, right? So I don't know. I can only try and listen to what you're saying, right? But anyways, Jed, appreciate you having me on, bro, and I'm sure I'll see you around another time, man. Take it easy.
No problem. Take it easy, Slugger. All right, well, that was all right. That was a decent interaction with Slugger. Thank you. I appreciate the words and the encouragement.
Yeah, but we all have to chant together, chancla, chancla.
On 7th?
I think it's the 7th, yeah, but I couldn't remember.
Okay, I'll check it out later.
I couldn't even hear you. Why can't I hear your phone?
I gotta have the phone fixed. I need a new phone. You want to buy me a new phone?
It's like
I just got the chancla eye again.
suck out the money for that.
That's not hard.
Here, EJ, are you breathing?
I'm alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. Yes.
Oh, that's why you're getting the chocolate.
Yeah, the Tonko eye, it's not hard. Katie will beat the shit out of me for, God knows what,
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. Let me say this. Thank you, Slugger, for not focusing in on that and understanding why I didn't want to make it about that. This is just, this is for anyone to come up. Y'all can come up. We're talking about random shit. Just as long as we don't get into that shit, I'm fine. I promised Star Wars Dad a while ago that I was gonna veer away from that. I should have veered away from it a long time ago, but I feel better now just not talking about it because.
So he's going on the cruise this year? Are you, EJ?
No, not this year. We're planning
Next year.
it for next year.
Okay. No, that's cool.
That gives me a chance to save some money, man.
Yeah. Same with me. Hey.
Well, Bron, tell us, man, what was your favorite part of our cruise? Because we were talking about it a few nights ago, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jed and I both agreed when we went to the fish house, right? And ate in that restaurant. I think that was our favorite part of that cruise altogether because I think we all agreed, everybody had just completely bonded in that moment. That was, to me, that was magical.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, right? I'll tell you, right? It's a small moment, right? And it was funny, but we got stuck out in that freaking heat. Me and you watching LT on the freaking surfing thing.
Dude,
I did not get to see that. That sucks. I didn't get to see that.
Dude, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, now, Bron's right. It sucked. We got stuck in. We were thinking it was going to be like 30 minutes to do this. He'd be on and off. He'd have his fun. But dude, it lasted like 3 hours,
something like that. Yeah. And there was nowhere to stand because there was nowhere to stand under with the heat because it was a hot freaking day. And I came back fucking red. The top of my head was fucking red.
Yeah, you were cooked.
I was cooked, man.
Yeah.
But no, not here. For moments that was cool. Like there was a whole lot of different things on that, on that trip that were good, whole bunch of things. Like the first time we sat down and had dinner together, and on the boat.
Yes.
Just for me, it was the dinner, the meal we had on the island.
The one where we all dressed, and the one where we all dressed up too.
Where we went to the restaurant.
Yeah.
One where we had the seafood platter thing. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was cool. The other one too. I don't know if this was the first trip or the second trip. It was like a freaking. I don't know. It's like the restaurant outside, but the roof on top of it, like what? I think it was the first island we went to.
Yeah. Where we had the one where
the taco, the burritos, tacos, things like that. There.
Oh, that was the first cruise.
Was that the first cruise? Yeah.
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, that was the one that Brian and I did by ourselves. I can't remember which island that was, but that was Senor Frogs. That's where we had eaten Senor Frogs.
Yeah.
But you're right. The food was absolutely phenomenal. And I can't describe to everyone the fun that we've actually had with these things. I mean, between Now, everyone's different, right? Brian and I, we love the piano bar, right? If
Yeah.
you love, if you
On
love
the first
music
cruise,
like
on the
Billy
first cruise,
Joel,
right? Yeah.
if you love music like Billy Joel, Elton John, things like that, there's a piano that sits right smack dab in the middle of the room,
Give
and
me
it's
a
got
second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right,
and
listen, Stormy. Give me 1 second, guys.
all right,
Stormy, I want you to take care of that one. I already said don't pick on nobody. If you're gonna pick on somebody that has mods and they chastise you, that's on you. Okay? I told you, don't pick on my mods, don't pick on my guests. Stormy, if you want to silence him, you're more than welcome. Oh, never mind. Katie already put down her foot. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please continue.
but no, it just wasn't the piano bar by itself. It was the atmosphere on it the first time, on the first cruise.
yeah. Well,
The
both cruises, it was amazing.
the
Now,
female host on that.
oh,
Like
on the first
she
one,
was
she
awesome.
was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, she could play anything that you asked her to play, right? And
Yeah.
dude, that's where on like our first cruise where I just got drunk, right? Was in that piano bar.
You got
Because
drunk there a few nights.
He was drunk for the whole fucking cruise. Come on.
Yeah,
well,
he
we're
was,
talking about the first one now because it was funny. It was like we did an 8-day, the first one, right? And it was like the second night on the cruise, right? It was like 4:30 in the morning, and Brian's sound asleep in the room, right? And I come busting in the door, loud as shit, right? And Brian just wakes up and looks at me and goes, "Dude, you're fucked up, aren't you?" I'm like, "Oh," and I just fall on the bed and just fucking pass out. I had just got finished closing down the casino.
I said, did you close down the bar or something? I said to him. He goes, yep. He goes, yep. I knew he did because I've closed down many bars in my times. I know that feeling when you're the last freaking person in there.
Oh my god! All right, see, I'm sorry. This is a Katie decision. This is a Katie decision. So don't talk about the gentle giant. Katie loves Brian. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, I don't give a crap when anybody says go ahead, let them say what the freaking hell they
No,
want.
Katie didn't like it, and what Katie says goes.
Fair enough.
All
Fair enough. But you know me, I don't.
Okay, let me ask you, you gonna argue with her?
No, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. All I'm gonna say is I don't give a crap what anybody says about me. You say what the freaking hell you want, right? I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in freedom of speech. So
if anyone picks on anyone that was on the cruise, Katie's gonna have you taken out. It's that simple. So don't make comments about LT either, people in the chat. So it's that simple. Katie absolutely adores everybody that went on that cruise with us. And if you're gonna shit talk them, she's gonna have you taken out.
Fair enough. You know me, I don't care. Well, you know what people say about me. So
I don't know, Brian. You were pretty much running away from me while we were in that room, man. The hotel room before we were getting on that ship.
Dude, we tried to run away from you at the hotel room that we were in. Dude, you fucking
that had nothing to do with your freaking mouth. That had everything to do with your freaking ass. Hey, like literally, right? This guy should be studied by weapons manufacturers. Well, as I should be fucking studied anyway. That's disgusting, John. Seriously.
Yeah, we're having a good day here. We're not being mean to each other, guys. I don't know if you guys that are not mods understand the concept of not trolling and just being nice. Try it once in a while. You might like it. It seriously is is it that inconceivable of a concept to be nice to people? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Anyway, but I am looking forward to, because I do want to go on the next cruise. Elizabeth inquired about it because she thought it was going to be this year, and I said no, because she said, oh, cool, because I want to save money, because Elizabeth wants to save money and go too, and
is that the name of your daughter? Yeah, or the
yeah, Elizabeth's the young one, yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Dude, you know, we talked, Jed, and you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know, if she came, you know, it would be, you know, Uncle John and Uncle Brian watching over her like a damn hawk, right? Yeah, we know she's
well
an
protected.
yeah. Everyone knows, yes, she's an adult, right? But it would be like, you know, anyone that, you know, approached her or something, they'd be getting the stink eye, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you fuck around too much, you might get the stink ass from John, because he might fart in your direction. So
Well, we'll find your fucking room and we'll put you on it until you get one off.
Oh no. We just wait till that person gets on an elevator.
oh, there you
No,
go.
that's great. That's
That's
good.
perfect.
That's yeah, that'll work.
I mean,
But
and then
we want to leave an everlasting, you know.
and then we
Yeah,
just
but
make
so
sure
far-
that
So far, John, the people on the trip would be me, you, probably Brian. I think Brian might have enough time to save up the money. Me, you, Brian, Katie, Elizabeth, Melissa, and my brother Daniel. More than likely end up going too. So
Well, that's good. I'd like to meet, you know, a good number of your family. That's awesome.
oh my God, man! I don't know if I want Daniel to go, because then he'll start telling you stories about me, and then yeah, I don't know if I want that. Now I'm rethinking that one.
No. That's precisely why he should come.
Yeah, we need stories.
Oh man, those stories are not good for the internet at all.
Perfect. If I had one of them switch buttons, I'd go Mortal Kombat. Perfect.
I got breaking news. Michael Madison's dead.
He's Michael
Wait,
Madison.
who?
I know that name.
He was in Kill Bill. He's been in a ton of shit.
Oh, was he the older guy in Kill Bill, the one that played the pimp, the older pimp?
I think so. I know the name. I've definitely heard the name. I've probably seen him in a whole bunch. I just can't remember right now.
He was in Reservoir Dogs. He's been in a million different things.
I've never seen Kill Bill. I don't know where. I've never seen it. I've seen bits here.
Stormy wants to know where we're going and when. Also, when we're going. When is around September next year? Next year.
And the big stop's going to be Puerto Rico and the DR.
Yeah, so it's going to be if it's going to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, then that's the 8-day cruise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be 8 days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh no, Michael Madsen. Oh shit. Yeah.
That's what I was just saying, man.
Oh, that's so. Yeah, Katie just no Michael. I
Yeah.
thought you said Michael Madison. I'm trying to
No.
think. No, yeah, he was on Kill Bill and he was on Reservoir Dogs. He's been in a lot of good movies. A lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Dude, and he was young, man. I think he's only like 66, 67, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I woke up. Well, I didn't wake up. The news this morning, right? But I got into work this morning, right?
Mhm.
I heard the freaking news. A football player died in a car crash. Him and his younger brother. Guy called Diego Jota.
Are
Play for
you
Liverpool.
talking soccer or football?
Soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 28 years old. Played for Liverpool, and his younger brother was 26. Both died in a car crash this morning.
Good gracious, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and he's only been, he got married 11 days ago.
He got married 11 days ago?
Yeah. And yeah.
Damn, that's fucking bad luck there, man.
I know, man.
That's bad luck.
I was thinking to myself, right, you wake up, it's a good freaking day, right? You're probably earning what, 70, 80 grand a week. Right?
Mhm.
You're feeling good about yourself, You're hanging out with your brother, and then you freaking die in a car crash, you and your brother.
Dude, that's insane, man.
That's fucked up.
You know?
I do got a question for you, Brian.
Go ahead.
Canelo or why can't I
Crawford.
remember the name?
Canelo or Crawford?
Yeah,
Canelo.
Canelo or Crawford? Who you got?
Canelo.
You got Canelo?
Well, he's basically jumping up 4 weight classes.
Yeah, I try to tell people that that's going to be difficult on his body to be able to.
He struggled with Madridov at 154, right? Basically, his whole thing is being able to hurt guys, right? Bud Crawford at 147 and 140, right? So he's moving up to basically from 147. He's had one fight at 154. Now he's moving up another 3 weight classes to fight Canelo, who is, he's been running around at 168 for what, 8 or 9 years?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Canelo is acclimated to that weight already. But
yeah.
For Crawford, that's one of my big things.
He's not even acclimated to 154.
Yeah.
Never mind moving up to 168.
What's up, Paz? How you doing?
Yo, how you doing, Mr. Paz? Been a while, bro. Like, it's just been it's too big of a jump, right? And
But
I think he's probably the better.
I am going to say this, Brian, that the skill set, though.
Yeah, he's a technically better. Yeah, he's a better boxer than Canelo, right? I'm going to use the same principle. The only difference between when Canelo moved up to 175 and fought Bivol, and right, you see, I believe Bivol would win not due to the fact he was at 175, right, but he was the better boxer. And even if they were both at the same weight for many years, I 100% believe Bivol was the better boxer between the two, right? The only thing I can give, Bud Crawford in this is I think technically he is a better boxer than Canelo Alvarez, right? But 3 weight classes is just too much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you and I had this discussion a few times. We both thought that when Canelo and Bivol met, we both thought that Bivol was going to take it, especially at 175. But if I always said this, if Bivol came down to 168, I do think it would be a different fight. Yeah. I still favor Bivol, but I think that fight would be way different than what it was at 170.
I 100%. It'd be a better fight, It'd be a tougher fight, but I still think Bivol wins, and that's due down to skill set. Right. The only thing I give Bud Crawford, I think he's a more skillful fighter than Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
But the acclamation to that
Is
win.
this smoke? Hello.
Is this TTS?
Boo! 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 You
Actually, Katie's
suck!
here.
Boo!
Katie's here.
Boo! You suck. We want Katie. Boo!
Katie's here.
Shut up long enough. We can fucking listen to. Okay.
Yeah. He's asking for his boo. We want Katie's right here, you fucker.
Shut up long enough. We can fucking hear me.
What's up, Prime? How you doing? But fuck you, Katie's here with me.
Yet it's funny though, because, I've heard a lot of people here, on YouTube talk about the conditioning of boxers and everything. Me, I'm not the biggest boxing fan. I'm a football and baseball guy, but I've heard people say that boxers are the best athletes in the world, right? I can't agree with that, because if you look at, every sport has its different conditioning that they go through, right? When you look at like American football here, how like NFL linebackers train, they're in the gym and on the field 10 hours a day, and it's not just about being big, it's about being fast and strengthening those muscles, but also, being able to move on the field. Baseball players have a totally different, set of skills that they have to do, and I think just about anyone can agree, man, hitting a baseball, someone throwing 105-mile-per-hour fastball at you, it's the hardest thing in the sports to do, especially if someone's throwing like 101-mile-per-hour breaking ball, there's great skills per sport, but yeah, hitting a baseball has to be the hardest thing in sports to do.
I don't know. Stepping into a ring, trying to kill the person in front of you that's trying to kill you is pretty tough too. But let me answer this question real quick. EJ,
Yeah,
I think the conditioning of taking punches. I think
thoughts on Benavidez Yard.
Benavidez.
All right, here's what I think. I think Benavidez is going to take it, but here's what I want.
Benavidez going to walk him down and beat the living shit out of him.
I want Yard to win only because I hate Mirage that much.
I get that, but I'm a freaking realistic, right? Benavidez, if there's anything in that man, he should beat Yard.
Yeah. What's up, Pudo? Katie says hi, Pudo. How you doing, brother? He don't got a wrench? Pudo don't got a wrench? Oh, let me fix that shit right away.
Ding.
Yeah, Pudo, we had to take care of something with you, and also pads too. Okay, now shit looks right. Okay, there you go. But no, the reason why I say that, you're right. It's not easy hitting a baseball, especially if it's coming at you at 100 miles an hour. I get what you're saying, but if you think about getting into a ring, and you have to fight the man in front of you that's trying to fucking knock you out or basically try to kill you, because you could die in the ring, that's pretty damn difficult. And with all the conditioning you got to go through and the punishment you got to take before the match, doing all the sparring, all the repetitions on the bag, all the running, dude, you got to put boxing up there as one of the most difficult sports to do. I think boxing is more difficult than MMA.
I think mentally, I think it's a freaking difficult sport.
Well,
Because
one thing I will give boxing, boxing is definitely what I call a gentleman's sport, or at least it used to be, right? Two men get in the ring and, better man walks out of the ring, plain and simple. Or if it comes down to decision, right? I can't stand MMA because they are literally getting in the ring and literally trying to hurt each other. I mean, absolutely brutally hurt each other.
but
And
some yeah, but here's the thing with MMA, right? That's completely different to boxing. As some right, and I don't watch a lot of MMA, so it's not really my. But what I see, right, as soon as somebody gets hurt and they're laying down there and they're taking a bit of punishment, referee steps in right away and ends it. Right.
Yep.
Once basically they're out, right? In boxing, referees will give you a 10 count, you get up, you take more freaking punishment, and referees are very lenient on going, all right, are you okay? All right, box. And then you're taking more punishment, you get knocked down again,
Yeah.
And it's really up to the referee's discretion at that point, right? Majority of the time.
That's one of the reasons why I say boxing is definitely
And
more difficult.
I think boxing's unforgiven in that way that, yeah.
I'm going to let you answer this question, Star Wars Dad. This is from Stormy. Is it
Sure.
hard to be a defensive player in football?
it's extremely difficult because okay. Do you, what I don't think people realize when you watch football on television, right? You do not realize how big these guys really are. I mean, they are like the first NFL game that I actually got to see really up close. I saw the opening game for the Tennessee Titans in Nashville, right? And Eddie George, their running back, right? I had seen him on television and he didn't look that big, right? Until you get up and you actually see this guy in person, right? And he looked like he was sculpted just like the statue of David. This guy was just chiseled and cut. Now imagine this guy running at you at 15 miles an hour and hitting you, and you're trying to tackle this guy, right? And that's being defensive. Or or you're a safety, right? And you're going against these guys that are probably faster than you, right? And you're trying to keep up with them and knock the ball down. And then imagine, the guys I feel sorry for the most are receivers, right? If a quarterback leaves their receiver what I call hung to dry. He throws a pass in the middle of the field and there's two linebackers right there. And as soon as that ball touches his hands, they knock his block off, right? You get a 350-pound man hitting you from up above, and then you got one hitting you from below. And next thing you know, you got a damn concussion because they've hit you so damn hard. I mean, football, yeah. They're trying to make as many rules as possible to cut down on concussions because these guys, they are big, they are bad, and when I sure in hell would not ever want to be hit by an NFL linebacker. I mean, never. I mean, imagine taking 2 or 3 punches from Tyson, and that's what it'd be like, getting hit by one of these linebackers.
Yeah.
Right.
I
got a story to tell. I'm a Giants fan, by the way. When they say whoever asks what your Boba Sack to ask what your team is. Let's take a listen to what Carlos put up here.
I played rugby, in school, and what you'd call. Okay, I can't hear that.
So
I can't see
apparently this might happen.
What is it?
Fury and Usyk trilogy. That's for next year.
Well, yeah, that's if it gets past Dubois, which I think he will. But I did just put that out there.
Yeah, if he gets past Dubois. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care. Even me and Katie argue about this. That was not a low blow that Dubois gave him. I thought that was a legit gut shot. And I'm just,
I think it was on the spectrum.
but Katie swears up and down it was a low blow. But let's see what happens this go round. So it is what it is. He does have to get by Dubois.
But someone asked who our favorite teams are, right? I'm definitely a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, when it comes to, pro football. When it comes to college, I'm a Florida Gators fan. When it comes to baseball, I'm a New York Mets fan. Hockey, hockey, I'm a Rangers fan. Basketball, I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah, well, let's see. Football, I'm a Giants fan. Baseball, I'm always going to be a Yankees fan. Basketball, I'm a Bulls fan. Hockey, I am an Islanders fan. I like the Rangers too, but I'm an Islanders fan. And that's about it right there. Yeah, my wife though, I'll let her say, who's your favorite baseball team, baby?
Los Angeles Dodgers.
And dude, she's not joking around. She used to her. No, listen. No, it's not. No, it's not stupid. Her granddad used to have season tickets to the Dodgers, and she would go to games with him, and she has great memories. So she's a steadfast, hardcore Dodger fan. No matter how much of a Yankee fan I am, she's that much of a Dodger fan. Yeah, we argue about that shit. So
yeah, I know Daryl, but American football. So
what's that? No, what the fuck?
Well, I've heard the name Tom Brady, right? But I've never actually seen a picture of him.
Oh, dude.
That's the reality. Like, I wouldn't even know if Tom Brady was standing right in front of me. I wouldn't have a clue what he freaking looked like.
You know what I hated about Brady, Brian? Oh my God, because Brady could be having the worst game of his life in the first half of the game, right? And they could be losing by like 4 touchdowns, right? Yeah. And then second half would come, and here comes Brady. He catches fire, which he was just absolutely known for. And they march and get, 6 touchdowns in a row, with each possession. And, he puts up 450 yards in the air just in the second half. I mean, when they call him the GOAT, he's definitely the GOAT for a reason, because no matter how bad he would play, dude, he just got better and better as the game went on.
Yeah, now that comeback kid was, that goddamn that dude. He pissed me off for so many seasons.
I'm just saying in general, right? Like, he could be standing right in front of me. I'd be like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like, I would have that's legit. But I've heard the freaking name so many times, right? But honestly, right, I have no idea what he looks like.
But I got to say, I got to love the guy, because he did win a Super Bowl for us. As a Bucks fan, he did win a Super Bowl for us, right? But see, I got to go all the way back, right? I was a Bucks fan when we were like 0-14, when we were not winning a single game ever, right? And we had the old uniforms, with the pirate on it, and it was the old orange and blue. I mean, the orange and white uniforms that were ugly as hell, right? But yeah, I love the Bucks.
Yeah,
right. I've been a Giants fan for all of my life, since I can remember. But one of the things that made me stay a Giants fan, was I told you guys that I I I stayed at the Covenant House, the under 21, and they helped me out and stuff. That's one of the main reasons why I try to pay it forward with the homeless and everything like that. When I was staying at the Covenant House, 3 linemen from the Giants would go to the Covenant House and talk about football, and they had like a workout program that they would teach everyone at the Covenant House was under 21. They were between, they were runaways between 16 and 21 years old. And these guys would come there and take time out of their busy schedule, and they would hang out and talk with people or sit there and listen. That made me that much more of a fan. I got to meet LT.
Okay.
At the Covenant House. What the fuck? It's like, so yeah. I was, that made me a hardcore fan.
That's cool.
But yeah, the first Super Bowl, we won as Tampa Bay, right? Dude, we had a running back all stop, right? Imagine this. You've got a man that stands like 6'7", 6'8", right? That's like 385 pounds of just pure muscle, right? And they are handing this ball off to him, and he is pumping the ball up the middle. Imagine trying to tackle this son of a bitch.
Sounds like fun.
But dude, that was like the team of teams. You have Warren Sapp at the time. God, Warren Sapp. You could not have had a better Tampa Bay team, during that first Super Bowl win. And what made that so amazing at that time, I lived in St. Pete when they won that Super Bowl, right? And Tampa is just right on the other side of the bay. You cross the bridge, you go from St. Pete into the greater Tampa area. And when the Bucks have won that first Super Bowl, man, for like the next week, businesses had shut down everywhere. Dude, it was like Mardi Gras. People were celebrating left and right because Tampa Bay's never done anything right. And all of a sudden, we won the Super Bowl. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, did you ever?
Sounds awesome.
You guys want to see how much of a Giants fan I am? Hold on a second. I'm going to show you how much of a Giants fan I am. Give me a second here. Let me pull this up. No, you guys talk among yourselves while I do this. I'm going to pull up the video. I want you guys to see this. But y'all talk while I get this damn video, because I'm going to show you how much of a Giants fan I am.
Well, I got to say, that one year that I just lived in St. Pete was amazing because I got to see, Tampa Bay win the Super Bowl. I got to see my Gators in the Outback Bowl in the same stadium, in Raymond James Stadium. Who did they play that year? It was Michigan. My Florida Gators had played Michigan in the Outback Bowl in Raymond James Stadium. That was a great year for sports for me, man. The Mets had made it to the playoffs that year, but they didn't do anything. And hell, my Knicks haven't done anything till like this year. They made it to the playoffs and blew it this year. So, but football wise, yeah, it was pretty awesome, man.
That's cool. Yeah. As I say, right, I'm like, listen, I have no ideas. I get the gist of it, but yeah, I was just. You ever get that subject? People are talking about something, and you have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You might as well be speaking a foreign language.
No, I hear you, buddy. I hear you.
Yeah. And I mean, no offense to it. It's just I didn't grow up on it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
All right, let me just so you can see this. This was me. This is back in my Stickam days, right? When we used to stream on Stickam and shit like this. And this is one of the Super Bowl wins when we had Eli Manning. Give me a second. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear this
This
shit.
is the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. The score is 7-3 in favor of the New England Patriots. This is my reaction video. And whether the Giants win or lose, this is going on YouTube. The Giants are going to win.
Let me skim through it. Yeah, you see how ridiculous it is.
Crack that fucking line. Yes! 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 I love the Giants! Yes! Fuck the Patriots! God damn it!
Leo.
Yes! Ah! He better make this fucking kick. Yes!
okay.
Oh, they're starting to.
Hold on a second. Let's. So, in the middle of this, my camera goes out, right? Hold on, let me go.
You're enjoying this shit way too much.
My
You don't
camera
give a
goes
fuck
out.
about the game. You
And so I have to, we got to get it off the Stickam, my reaction.
don't do that to me.
You got to see this.
Yes! 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 Fuck you, Timber! Yes! Yes! Look at that shit! Take a look! Take a fucking look! Yeah, record me, baby! Record me! Oh.
This is when my camera went out.
Did they win or lose? That's all I want to know.
Oh no, they won. They won. So now this is Cinder. This is my co-host on Stickam when I used to do after hours, and my camera went down. So she recorded, and she just wanted my reaction. So this bitch is recording me as I'm freaking out because the Giants could lose. You know.
Bring the bag. He needs the other tape. The other one ran out.
And my kids don't like the Giants. My kids are Cowboy fans. So if the Giants lose, they'll give me shit.
Touchdown
You hear me in the background.
Here, there's a reason, right? I'm in football. I'm a Celtic fan, right? There's a reason
Right.
I'll never do a live stream of me watching Celtic. I'll be thrown off the internet so quick. Like seriously, right? That's probably
No,
only
no, the Giants. Saul Rebel, don't lie to him. The Giants won that game. Fuck you. You know what? I'm gonna kick you out. I'm fucking.
Now, see, my boy in the NFL got he got the worst shaft that I think anyone could do. And we're talking about Tebow, right? Dude, he was winning, right? I mean, and he was winning well. And I think, they did not give him a fair shake because he was doing exactly what, was asked of him. He was getting touchdowns. He was leading the offense. But yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone shafted like Tebow in a while, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, remember the immaculate reception by Franco Harris?
Yeah.
Come on, you know that hit the ground.
Yeah.
right after a long time, right? I started watching basketball again, right? And I watched the NBA playoffs. So that Halliburton got a freaking bad there in the fight, and in Game 7 there. You know, he twisted. I think he twisted his freaking knee. I don't know
Wait a
if he's
minute. Hold on. Soul Rebel, get your ass up here. No, motherfucker. Nah.
Wait, what happened?
Hold on. Nah. Get your ass up here. Nah.
I'm confused. What happened?
All right. Yo, dude, get up here. Soul Rebel, you ain't gonna fucking say that and not come. Yo. That was a bullshit call. That shit was on the ground first. Yeah, here we go.
I have no idea what you're just talking about. So,
Motherfucker, go ahead, defend that bullshit call.
Yeah, there is no physical evidence that ball touched the ground, bro.
That ball touched
That's
the
why
ground.
they fucking got it, bro.
That ball fucking touched the ground. Don't
It
even
bounced.
try to play yourself, man.
It bounced off the helmet, bro. You know that's right, bro.
No, yo, don't get
Dude,
me
I
wrong.
gotta agree with him, Jed, because there was no video evidence whatsoever of that ball touching the ground at all.
You almost get a faint. It looks close, like there's a faint look, but you can't actually see the ball touch the ground. And the funny thing about that is the fans were so excited that they couldn't the refs couldn't overturn it, bro. They literally get booed out of the fucking stadium, you know.
So you're telling me all this fancy tech gear and all these freaking cameras in these stadiums, right? They couldn't have a ball touch the ground or not?
Yeah, we're talking about this was in the 70s.
This is a while back, bro.
Okay, right. No, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, there was cameras. They just weren't as high tech as today, right? Is that right?
No, that's fair enough, right? I thought it was more recent. No idea.
Yeah, today they can zoom in on a single blade of grass if they want to. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
That call, if they would have reversed that call, those refs would have been killed that day.
Right.
I'll tell you the great, real quick, guys. The greatest football moment for me was the Music City Miracle when the Titans were down to the Bills in the playoffs, and they tried to say it was a lateral, you know.
Yeah.
But they ran that kick return back, and that was very similar to the Immaculate Reception. Yeah.
You know, that's what I was talking about. You know, the first year that the Titans were in Nashville, I was there for their last game of that first season there, right? And where Eddie George, it came down to the last minute of the game, right? It was like 4th and 3, and all they had to do was put the ball in the end zone. They would have won the game, and they would have been, you know, there for, and Eddie, they didn't have the cameras yet, but everyone saw Eddie George had reached over that damn goal line with the damn football before his knee went down.
Hell yeah, bro. Right on. Good shit, man. I agree. Eddie George was a beast, bro. Him and Ray Lewis had some wars back in the day, bro.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
No, I'm not going into that, but
Look at what Drunk Irishman just put up here. What the fuck? Hold on, is this for real? Is this for real, Carlos? Hold on a second. Let me play this shit.
what did you say there? Arrested Mexican boxer and criminal illegal in
The sport needs people like Chavez. The sport needs people like Chavez.
Well, he is a criminal and let Jake Paul beat him. So,
dude, how do you let Jake Paul beat you?
You get moolah, you get paid. Here's the thing, right? right? Right. I actually did watch the fight. His balance looks shocking, and that's shocking enough from a man who walks better in high heels than he does. And he does, trying to cut down a fucking ring.
You did not go there. You
You
fucking did.
think this fucking? You think right? You'd think a guy who walks in high heels would have better balance than what he showed in that fucking fight.
I'm telling you, man. I thought Chavez would win. I didn't think there'd be a question to it. But then I also thought Tyson would win without fucking any. It's like
Me too, Jed. Jed, I thought Fury was gonna win too. I thought he had the just thought he had I thought he was a rangier boxer. And yeah, Usyk made that shit really hard.
Yeah, but Usyk, Usyk's crafty, right? He's not all in as fucking movements. He fights off rhythm, right? Usyk's a very off rhythm fighter, which means it's hard to catch patterns. So I knew that would be a tough, for Tyson Fury and those fights. So
They're talking about a third fight, Brian. They're talking about a third fight next year, bro.
Yeah, I heard that.
No,
Right?
I played it. I played it earlier. They're thinking about it. But you know what? Let's see if Usyk can get by Dubois without getting punched in the stomach too hard. So,
I actually predicted Usyk to beat Fury, in the first fight. So I think he beats him again. I think there's some fighters just have your number.
Yeah.
I think that's Usyk with Fury. I think Usyk just has a number. Personally,
I have to agree with you because the first fight, I thought Usyk was going to win the first fight. The second fight, I thought it was going to be different because I thought it was a lot closer. I thought the first fight was a lot closer than what the judges came up with. And I thought that Fury played around way too fucking much. But I thought that Fury would take that fight way more serious, the second fight way more serious. And Usyk just, he changed the game plan up and he wasn't playing around.
That's what I'm saying. Usyk is crafty, right?
Yeah.
He's got multiple game plans, but it's freaking movement, right? The guy doesn't stop freaking moving from the beginning of a round for a heavyweight, right? And I know technically he's a cruiserweight because he's not the biggest heavyweight in the world, right? And he's moved up from cruiserweight, right? But from the very first second, the bell goes in the first round to the final bell in the 12th, right? If it goes 12 rounds, the guy don't stop fucking moving. He's always changing his angles. He's always switching up his footwork, right? His head movement is impeccable. His timing on his head movement. He's hard to hit clean, right? You can look at any Usyk fights, right? He's hard to hit clean. So he is, right? And you very seldom see him get hit clean more than twice in a sequence. And that's very difficult for a fighter coming forward, right? Because he comes forward too, right? And a lot of fighters who come forward, they're vulnerable, right? But he's probably the best at coming forward and defending himself at the same time today in boxing. There's a lot of guys who can come forward, right? Now, once nobody's thrown back, they're good, right? But when somebody starts throwing back at them, that's when you see a lot of those guys, start. That's when you see a lot of guys' mistakes and a lot of guys' frailties. You know what I mean?
I gotta say something, and I don't know if this was intentional, fucking Rebel. But when I said Tyson Rebel, I was talking about Mike Tyson because we were just talking about Jake Paul.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Jake Paul and Chavez Jr.
And
because I thought Chavez Jr. was going to beat Jake Paul, and I thought Mike Tyson was going to beat Jake Paul. And then when fucking Soul Rebel said, "Yeah, Tyson," and I thought Tyson was going to beat Usyk, and I just lost my complete train of thought. Went right into Tyson and Usyk.
Yeah.
Rebel. All right.
Here's my thing with that, right? I thought, honestly, I'm not surprised that Tyson fight the way it went the way it did, and I went back and I rewatched that. Right, I wasn't surprised. I thought if Finn could get past the first round, he take it into the second, third round, right? I thought he would struggle for a round or two, and if he survived it, you know what I mean. Like Jake would struggle for a round or two. Tyson would have the gas for a couple rounds, but if he can get through the first 2 rounds, I thought he would win after that. But to completely outbox Mike Tyson, that's a fucking fix. Don't give a shit what he said. That's a fix.
I don't know. As much as Tyson was biting his glove, he should have bit Jake Paul in the ear.
Yeah,
To be completely
yeah. I think he wanted to, right? But I think he realized. Do I get paid if I bite him in the ear and this is a disqualification?
Well, Tyson was sick as hell right before the fight, too.
Yeah, I heard that too. You know, like, but there's no way, right? And I've never rated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I rate Senior, but I've never rated Junior. But there's no way he should be losing to Jake Paul. I don't give a shit what part of career he's on. There's the guy's had over 60 pro fights. There's no fucking way he should be losing to
no.
No, you know, like, and I do not rate Junior. I do not. I never have. I always thought he was overrated, right? When he beat Andy Lee, that was the biggest fucking surprise to me ever, right? Because I was telling everybody Andy Lee's going to kick his ass. you know, but right, that for me, that was the biggest surprise I ever seen in boxing. And, you know, like, but on a serious note, there's no fucking way, you know, like he gave him the first 6-7 rounds. Cesar Jr., he gave absolutely fuck all the first 6-7 rounds. Then the last couple of rounds, he starts coming to life. How does that work? Jake Paul starts to fire? That's the only thing I could think of. Right?
I got an honest question for you in specific, Brian. Who hits harder in your opinion? Berlanga or Billy?
And Billy?
That's what I thought. Yeah, and you know, we're talking boxing. I got to mention Billy at least once.
No, Aaron Billy hits hard, right? Yeah. Berlanga's not a great boxer. So, you know, I think anyone with a boxing brain, I think, would beat Berlanga, to tell you the truth.
Give me 1 second.
Billy's a better boxer, too.
My daughter, give me 1 second. You guys keep talking.
No worries. You know. Yeah, I'll definitely start stroking his ego. How you doing, RG? It's been a while, bro. You know, but everyone in the chat, how you all doing? But nah, you know, like, we got some exciting fights coming up. Who's fighting this weekend? There's a big fight in the next 2 weeks, isn't there? I like Shiraz and what's his fucking name? Right, you know the fight of Monabay, right?
Wait. You talking about the Shiraz fight?
Yeah, the Puerto Rican dude. What's his name?
Yeah.
I forget.
Give me a second. Let's pull this up.
Yeah.
So we got. Let's see. On the 5th, we got Catterall and Eubank.
That should be decent.
Let's see who else is.
I got Eubank. Mainly, he's the bigger guy, and you know.
I actually think Catterall's going to win. I think Catterall's going to take it.
You won what?
We're talking boxing.
Yeah, no, I think Catterall's going to take it. Catterall got some shit to get out. Who else is
I like Catterall too. Good fighter. I like Jack Catterall. He's a good boxer. Well, not a good fighter. He's a good boxer.
I gotta be honest though. I was never a big Eubank fan anyway. You know.
Yeah. Yo, how you doing, Mr. Pods? Been a while. Oh, Harlem Eubank. Yeah, no, Catterall, right. I was thinking about Chris Eubank Jr. Like Chris Eubank Jr. is bigger. Let's tell you how much I've been keeping up with what's coming up
Dude,
next
I
in the
have
sport.
I have not been able to watch a fight, but I'm going to start. Katie's been getting on my ass because she's been wanting to watch fights, and I've been so caught up in all this bullshit that's been going on YouTube, and I lost focus of what my channel is about. And now I'm getting back on focus, getting back on track.
I seen that Cafu dude beat that Japanese dude up early last year. He beat up that highly rated Japanese dude. He completely boxed him. That Cafu's a tough fight. He's Brazilian, I believe. Good fighter. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be tough for Bam Rodriguez, but I think Bam just, you know,
Oh
Bam's
my
one
God,
of the superstars of the
RGM,
future.
why'd you just come up here and give me shit on mic? Because, you know, I don't want to read this. Katie's been wanting to watch fights and Jed's been busy fighting. You fucking ass. You're a total dick, RGM. I should just fucking like give you a 10-second timeout, you bastard. Oh shit, we lost
With Tanaka, yeah. Yeah. Like I remember watching that and going, "Oh, this Cafu looks all right." You know, he looks a very handy fighter, very quick. He got good hands, got good movement. He seems to be good defensively too. I don't think he has the power though to beat. You know, I don't think he has the power to beat Bam Rodriguez. Tell you the truth, right? And I'm a big Bam Rodriguez fan. I think that
I'm a Bam Rodriguez fan. No,
Yeah.
he's not beating Bam.
yeah, he's a star of the future, Bam, right? Like he's a star right now.
Yeah, he's
You know,
not beating Bam.
if they promoted him better, right? If they promoted Bam Rodriguez, he'd be one of the biggest names in boxing. I think he's one of the best fighters in boxing. I love the guy. I love watching him.
Welcome back, John. Welcome back.
Welcome back, John.
Internet flickered, dropped me.
It's okay. I knew you'd come back. What's up, Technique? How you doing?
You know?
Yeah. All right, Technique. We're not talking about no drama, so we're just talking about random shit. You're more than welcome to come up.
Yeah. No, Bam's a good fighter. You know, I think he's one of the biggest stars in boxing. I love watching him fight. He goes for knockouts. He's got quick hands. He's got power. He's an accurate puncher. You know.
What are you talking about, Brian?
Bam Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, Bam is a serious fighter, man. Yeah,
I'm a
definitely
big-
pound for pound already bumped it. And
I'm
most of the
saying-
people that was old though.
Yeah, Bam is on my pound for pound list.
Yeah.
He's in the top 10 on
He
my
should
pound.
be. He should be on most people. I think he's a special fighter.
Yeah,
What's
I
up,
think
Technique? How
anyway,
you-
Smasher. Or Junto Nakatani versus Bam. That's a serious fight that should be made. I don't know, man. I'd probably favor Junto to beat him.
I don't
Yeah, well,
think
he-
Nakatani could take Bam. I don't think he could.
You know,
To be
the
completely
guy he's
honest,
fighting, the guy he's fighting, beat a Japanese fighter last year. That's what I'm saying. That Cafu guy. I remember watching the fight and going, "Oh, this guy looks decent." You know, the Cafu guy. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't think he beats Bam. You know, that's basically what I was talking about. So.
So what you been up to? Technique? Haven't talked to you in a minute. I mean, like
Not much
actually
at all,
talked.
bro. Just working away, chilling away, back from work now. Just going to chill out for the evening. I just wanted to jump on to ask Brian Harkin what his opinion was in the Canelo versus Crawford fight. You know what I mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
got
we talked about that
Canelo.
earlier.
I got Canelo.
too, yeah. I think it's going to be a tough fight for Canelo though, because Crawford is crafty. But I got Canelo winning the fight. You know what I mean? I think Crawford is good enough to survive though.
Yeah, well, for me, right, he's moving up. Basically, he's had one fight at 154. He's fought at 147 for a number of years, right? So basically, he's moving up 4 weight classes. I can't ignore that. He struggled with Madridov, so he did at 154. Right now, he's moving up to 168. Right?
Yeah, but he is a strong man though. He's a strong fighter.
Yeah. I just think the jump is way too high. The one thing I'll give Bud Crawford, I think he's a better boxer than Canelo, but I don't know if that will help him in this fight. If Canelo was slowed up so much and his footwork is slowed up,
oh shit, Retro
it might give him.
I wouldn't necessarily call Canelo or Crawford a better boxer than Canelo, but he's definitely better than him in some aspects. You know, they're both good at different things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Different type of fighters. You know.
Yeah, well, Canelo's high guard is very difficult to deal with, right? And Bivol had problems dealing with a high guard at times, right? And I think Bivol is a better boxer than Canelo. So, you know, I wonder how Bud Crawford will get around that high guard. You know,
let me say hello to Mr. Michael Bigelow. Retro Mike, how you doing, brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you, brother. Hey, please go on. I'm sorry. I just wanted to acknowledge him.
You know, yeah.
Crawford said he's going to stand and bang with Canelo. Would you believe him?
No.
Crawford said what?
I wouldn't.
He said he's going to stand. He said he's going to stand and stay in the pocket with him.
No, he's not going to do that.
No. I'm gonna bring you to Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Right. Here's the thing with that there. Right, Conor. Right, Chris Eubank Jr. for me is the bigger guy, and he was the better boxer. Right. Conor Benn had to create chaos for him to have any chance in that fight, which he tried to do. Right. I think if he tries that, I think if Crawford tries to do that with Canelo, I think it's it's what do you call it? Like a seriously, like the worst fucking thing he can do.
Yeah, Brian, the only reason that fight with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank was close is because Chris Eubank was weight training. If he was able to come in at a proper weight, he would have smashed him, I think.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I honestly 100% believe, right, that Conor Benn had to make chaos in that fight for him to have any chance of winning. And he tried to create chaos. He tried to go in there and bang with him, right? And he was able to do it. And you are correct. It was the weight drain that helped him do it. But, you know, that for me, that was the only way he had a chance of winning. He was definitely not going to box him. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the harder puncher of the two. So he had to find a way of creating chaos. If Bud Crawford tries to do that with Canelo, that's the wrong fucking strategy for me. Right? You're a great boxer. Use your boxing skills. Right? Try to get in positions that suit you and take Canelo out of his positions.
But here's the question. Here's the question, though. Because of the increase in weight, is Crawford going to be able to move around the ring the way he did at the lighter weights? In this juncture of his life, is Crawford able to do that?
Well, how much weight is he going to put on? Right. That's the question, right? Because if he stays at 154 or 160, right? If he walks around at 160, it's doable that he can go in and box that weight, right? He doesn't have to totally move up to 168 for him to,
Crawford and Canelo are the same size, man. Crawford walks around at 180 pounds, man.
Yeah, right. But for a boxer, right? When you walk around 180, right? Your natural weight as a boxer is 160.
I know. If you're saying if Canelo beats Crawford, are you going to still say Crawford is a better boxer than Canelo?
I think from a technical standpoint, he's a better boxer, but I don't think he'll win this fight.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
All right. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I respect Crawford's skill. because
Yeah.
he's one of the most skilled boxers there is out there. Like I said, my only problem with Crawford is that he doesn't put the work in that Canelo does.
Yeah,
Canelo will fight
Crawford-
times in a year, so he puts the work in. Crawford, for me, the only flaw that Crawford has is that he only fights once a year or once every
And this is and this is
Yeah,
not
but
this is not
they're both past their prime now, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is
and
not
that's
Errol
another
Spence. This is not Errol Spence Jr. either. Canal was not Errol Spence. Canal was not here. No disrespect to Errol Spence Jr., but Canal was no Errol Spence Jr.
No, because Canelo has fought more than one type of fighter. Errol
Yes.
Spence didn't fight anything but one type of fighter his entire career. Canelo has fought all kinds of different styles of fighters, different, southpaw. God damn, why can't I fucking?
Yeah, he's fought boxers. He's fought brawlers. He's fought guys who came forward. He's fought guys who were on the back foot. He's fought guys bigger than him.
Yeah, most of these fought have been bigger than him. Most of the boxers fought have mostly. This is actually
beating Miguel Cotto and DGG is better than Crawford's whole career. That just them two wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Triple G and
Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto and Triple G are best. Yeah, like those two ones just put Canelo on a different level to anyone Crawford has ever fought.
That's true. Yeah.
And I respect Crawford.
Back that train up. Let's back that train up.
I know you're going to say Sean Porter.
I'm not going to say nothing about Sean Porter, right? I'm not going to. All right.
I love Sean Porter. He's a great fighter. Right?
What I'm going to say is, okay, that win over Triple G, okay, kind of sus. Across the board, kind of sus.
I'm not talking about the win. I'm talking about he's been in the ring with better competition. Even that, right? Even that's an experience, right? Like even when a young 23-year-old Canelo fought Floyd. Even that experience is invaluable to him at this point.
How so?
Well, he wasn't able to win, right? But what it did do was teach him a lot of things he had to learn about himself.
Yeah.
He improved a lot after that fight. He was more defensive.
His head movement improved a lot, man.
Yeah, and his high he started using the high guard after that fight. Right? Those wee learning things, right? Those things he went through to learn, even though he didn't win. Sometimes when you lose, right, you learn a lot more from losing than you do from winning. Because you look at it and go, where did I go wrong?
That's an actual fact, yeah, for sure.
And I think Canelo is a guy who learns from failure. If you look at him, if you look at the two losses he's had, and even after the Triple G fight, right, he improved.
How did this happen, Brian? This actually turned into boxing talk. I haven't talked boxing on my channel in literally months, man.
I'm sorry. This is what I do.
Amanda Serrano versus Kay Taylor fight. I hope Kay Taylor beats Amanda Serrano and just retires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like that. Here, I just wish she had a fight in Croker.
Oh, that'd be amazing if she did, but I think Eddie Hearn is too cheap to book Croker.
I would love her to have a fight in Croke Park, right? 90,000 people. Whew.
Yeah, man.
She would fill that stadium. No freaking.
The Jack Dempsey fight, you know what I mean? When there was 90,000 fans, you know what I mean?
I probably would have tried to get a ticket for that, But
I'd go to that 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I was gonna get tickets. I mean, Katie was looking it up and everything like that. If it wasn't for the fact that my ass is broke and I got to pay for shit around the house. If I didn't have to pay $2,000 fix plumbing around here, I would have got the Canelo Crawford tickets. No lie.
Yeah.
I would have got the Canelo Crawford tickets because we found some tickets.
How much are the cheap ones, Jed?
The cheap ones, we were going to get the cheap ones for $389.
Nice.
Oh, that's expensive. That's still expensive for the cheap ones. Like,
that's expensive for cheap. Yeah, because the Lomachenko fight, what did we pay? 250, 275? Yeah, 250, 275 for the tickets.
I thought these Saudi guys were rich, right? Like, why? You know, like, I thought this Turk guy was rich. Could he just not pay them out of his own pocket and just put on like $15?
yeah, but man, listen, Turkey is not the money man. There's a money man behind Turkey telling Turkey what to do. Turkey's only a puppet, man. He's a puppet. He is.
No, I know that, but he's got the money's coming from somewhere, right? But these Saudis, they're rich.
No, listen, man, I knew the Saudis were going to start lowballing fighters. You know what I mean? They're going to pay out big payments just to get the fighters in, and when they have all the fighters, then they're going to start underpaying them, and it's already happening. You know what I mean?
Who did that remind you? That's a PBC move, that.
Yeah. PBC.
That's what Al Heyman did at the beginning. He give all these guys big contract, and then he's like, oh, you go ball and offer fighters offers and fights then. So that's a PBC move. So
man, I told him to pay out massive checks. His checks are after like disappearing, man. He don't pay nobody anymore.
I heard that.
Let me respond to Angie baby. Angie baby, see, there's a difference between being broke and poor, and then being Puerto Rican broke. We are living on rice and beans. That's it. Okay. So we Puerto Rican.
Forget the rights.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Forget the rice. Hey, but guys, what time is it? I gotta go somewhere to be at 9. So
because we're sitting at 2 hours now. I want to thank everybody.
I'm jumping off as well. Peace, Jed. All right, have a good day, lads. Peace out.
Thanks for coming up, Technique.
See you later, Technique.
Thank you for joining and hanging out with us, Brian. It means a lot. This was a special stream because it was no drama. We just talked about random shit. Ended up on boxing. That's a fucking high note.
I'm sorry. But you know me and my boxing, like I got a brother.
I love boxing. It's just that I haven't been able to because of shit now. It was just good to talk boxing. I just wish that I knew more. You know how I was into it, and then I've been out of it. So there's a lot of shit that I can't discuss because I don't know because I've missed a lot.
Shakur's fighting. What's his name?
Shakur's fighting. Was it Shaz? What the fuck?
No.
Great.
Shakur's fighting Zepeda.
Yeah, William Zepeda. Yeah,
that could be.
Right. I think Zepeda has a chance, especially if Zepeda breaks records and throws those fucking punches.
It's cutting off the freaking ring though with Shakur, right?
Yeah. You
cannot follow Shakur around. You have Zepeda cut off the freaking ring, and when you do, throw every freaking punch you got. That should be an interesting fight. In space, we're giving it to Shakur.
I still think that Shakur still has the best reaction speed out there. Man, that kid is hard to hit.
He is.
He's really hard to hit. So that's going to be problematic.
Like he gets hit 14%. Like fighters only hit him 14% of punches thrown per fight, which I think is probably the best in Conky Box, and I don't really rate Conky Box, right? But they're saying 14%, which is like top level defense. I think Floyd in his Conky Box time was like 18%. So, like this guy is like 4% ahead of Floyd defensively. Like hard to fucking hit.
We do got some good boxing matches up and coming up, and I'm hoping to get to watch them. And
Yeah.
I want to steer clear of all the bullshit that's been going on. I want again, but I'm going. If you have any closing words, please say them. And Star Wars Dad, if you have any closing words, please say them after Brian.
Yeah. All right. Here, thank you for EJ and Kitty for having me. Star Wars Dad. Have a good one. Have a good one, man. I'll call you at some point soon enough. I've had a tough couple of weeks, so I'm sort of back to normal now, which is great. But thanks for having me, EJ. Everyone in the chat, have a good one, guys, and peace.
It's always a pleasure, and peace to you, and much love, Katie. You got something to say to Brian?
Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Yeah.
That'll work. Here, enjoy the.
We will. Yeah, 4th of July. We're going to definitely enjoy it.
Enjoy the holidays. Yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars Dad, you still there?
I'm here, buddy.
What you got? You got any closing words?
I sure do. I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt that we miss Brian here. My family misses him. My wife and my son think of Brian as, an extended member, of our family. Brian, you are more than welcome here anytime you want. And you absolutely know that inside and out. And I can tell anybody out there, Brian is a gentle giant. He is a pure gentleman. If you ever get a chance to spend time with Brian, please do so, because you will thoroughly enjoy being around Brian. Excuse me, I got a little gas in my chest.
Oh God, I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah.
As long as you're not in your ass.
But it is the 4th of July weekend. Have fun, everyone. Be careful, though. Just absolutely be careful. If you're drinking, don't be driving. If you're doing other stuff, still don't be driving. Have fun, but be responsible. And like I had said earlier, in the broadcast, go out of your way and thank a veteran this weekend. Make sure, you thank everyone that has actually put a uniform on and that has actually served. It's the time that we, really make sure we let everyone know, how much they're appreciated for, the things that we've done overseas and actually sacrifice for each other. But besides that, everyone have a great 4th of July.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Thank
to all
you,
the
John.
veterans, happy
Thank
4th
you.
of July.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
John. Thank you, Brian. What I gotta say, this is for the trolls out there, for you, all you trolls and all you people that like the drama. Please go up into the mountains and hug a mountain lion, kiss him on the mouth, or go tickle a bear, and you'll become friends with them real quick. Do that for me. And to the rest of the normal people, if you can, try to help those out less fortunate than you. And sometimes all they need is an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on, or sometimes all they need is a hug. If you can help them out financially, then do so if you can. Don't break your pockets, but help someone out less fortunate than you. With that, guys, have a happy 4th of July. God bless. And thank you for not trolling too bad here today. We took care of it for the most part. And to my mods, thank you for hanging out and watching the chat. See you guys tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. You'll get to see us enjoy the 4th of July. Peace out, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace, guys. Have a good one.